January in Finnish is called tammikuu. Tammi means an oak and kuu means the moon or the month. So now this is the month of the oak. In the old Finnish we used to have big oak and small oak, iso tammi ja pikkutammi, and these referred to the months of January and February. So oak has played an important role at this season of the year. And why is that? Well, we can look at the etymology of the word oak, and it has been meaning something like the center, central point, navel, or heart, essence, core. So these are the meanings that the word oak has been having. It has been referring to the axle, to the axis mundi, to the world tree, to that axis that holds the world together, that connects from Earth to the North Pole, to the northern star, and is the central pillar of the world. And in the Finnish mythology there is a story about the great oak. Oak that grew so big that it covered the whole sky. It covered the sun and the moon from shining. And great distress was upon earth. And a hero was searched to come and cut down this oak, as it could not be cut down. And finally a small dark man from the seas arise, and with the 3 punches from his axe he cut down this great oak, and thus released the sun and the moon to shine again. And this is a mythological way of telling the story of the month of January, or this season of winter. As in the Finnish tradition, it is considered that the month of January is the core of winter, the heart of winter. We call it sydäntalvi, sydän meaning heart, talvi meaning winter. So this is the heart of winter. Heart describes something that is of the essence of the center of your being, or center, for example, of the candle is called in Finnish kynttilän sydän, the heart of the candle, the center of the candle. So now we are in the month of January, which is really the core of winter. Winter solstice has been just celebrated with the Christmas celebrations. The New Year celebrations have marked the beginning of New Year. We have traditionally in the New Year celebrations we have looked into the fortune or fortune telling, checking out what is going to be happening, what is to come for the new year. In the the New Year sauna, we have, after the sauna bathing, we have thrown our vihta on the roof of the sauna, and from where the ending of the vihta points to, we have been able to tell what is to come this coming year. And a lot of different types of traditions of looking into a sacred mirror or melting metal tin and then pouring it into cold water and from that shape then telling your fortune. Or also one important thing has been that the first animal that you see in the new year will tell a lot about the year that you have to come. But okay, nevertheless, New Year has been celebrated. After that, we have the celebrations of Loppiainen. Loppu means ending, finishing, closing. So Loppiainen closes the Christmas season. And it's been celebrated in the modern Finland on the 6th of January. And Nuutinpäivä is the traditional Loppiainen celebration, sort of closing the winter season. And this has been traditionally on the 7th of January or 13th of January. You know, these are never actually the traditional festivals are not about our calendar as we know it now. It's more of the season of the year. And this Nuutinpäivä loppiainen has been approximately 2 weeks or so after the winter solstice. And during this time, it is now the coldest months of the year. It is really, we are now deep in the winter, in the heart of the winter. And these Nuutinpäivä celebrations include a horned creature, Nuuttipukki. Pukki means a goat. And also in Finnish, it's a nice little detail. We call Santa Claus joulupukki, which means Christmas goat. And Nuuttipukki is also part of these celebrations and is a horned creature that usually is dressed in a very like the upside down clothes or some fur of some animals, and they used to have like a whole entourage of the Nuuttipukki that traveled from house to house and did some mischief, maybe asked for some gifts for the new year, and it was sort of like you hosted this Nuuttipukki well, so you have a good year starting. So this type of celebrations happened, and it is also interesting to point out that these celebrations, usually when we are going through the yearly cycle follows the sky, the star skies, and these go quite well hand in hand, astrology and mythology. And this is also the season of the Capricorn, horned creature also there, and Capricorn, the sign is sort of, it has the head of the Capricorn, but the body is sort of mixed sea creature, and this marks the time that now is the season of apparent death. Like the nature around us seems so dead, but yet you know that inside a lot is happening. Like for example, very important figure in the Finnish tradition is the bear. Bear is the king of the forest and sort of the essence of Finnish, some Finnish traditions. And the bear is said to be now deep inside the earth. The element earth is very prominent in winter, and in this core essence of winter. And inside the earth, in its winter nest, the bear is resting, apparently almost like death in its winter sleep. But also it has its cubs in the winter nest. So the babies are born in the winter nest, and so this just describes you. A lot is happening, even though apparently the nature seems totally dead. When you look outside into the forest, it's really, the winter is here, the season of death. Everything is so in a state of rest. And this is also the Finnish folklore tells that now is the season of winter, core of winter. We call it selkäviikot. Selkä means the back. Back of winter is here, is just quite harsh. Not much happening, not much celebrations also. It has been the season of harvesting wood from the forest and maybe spinning yarn inside the house, but not that much to do, as the winter is all about just surviving through it, as the cold, snow, everything is there. And we have an important mark of this sort of this core of winter, talven napa. Napa means navel, but it also means the central point. And talven napa describes this breaking of winter's back in a symbolical way. We say it like this, but it marks that now we are entering into the center of winter, and like winter solstice itself, first we all the time darkness, more darkness, and then comes winter solstice, and boom, it switch, that light starts slowly gaining its power again. So this talven napa is also similar mark that now the back of the winter breaks and we start slowly turning towards the spring season, and the victory of light over darkness and victory of life over death. And this is also described in bear mythology that now the bear in its winter nest turns around, turns from one side to another. So winter is at half point, at the center, at the heart of winter. And this is what January is all about. And one more tale that is to do with this winter, because as we look in the winter sky, if there is no clouds in the sky, we can very clearly see the stars, and winter sky is usually very unique, and there is a chance of seeing the Milky Way. And in Finnish mythology, Milky Way connects to the oak very tightly, as the story goes that when this great oak fell, it fell into the sky and formed this linnunrata, Milky Way. In Finnish we call Milky Way linnunrata, which means the birds. Lintu is bird and rata means like a pathway, or okay, I'll call it now path. And this bird's path on the sky marks also the path of the soul. It has been said that the forgans travel via this path. Also the birds, migratory birds, travel via this path from this world to the other. Lintukoto is like a very heavenly, soft, sweet place where the birds travel for the winter just to return again during the spring. And especially swan is a very important symbol for this in the Finnish mythology. And the constellation of the swan is of course there in the Milky Way. But swan has been sort of the vehicle of the souls when they travel from this world to the other. And there are some archaeological findings that babies or children have been buried on a wing of a swan. So this describes you the importance of these migratory birds in this soul's journey in the Finnish mythology. Yeah, but this is what January is all about. We are really now in the season of death, of sort of apparent death, and the harsh winter, cold winter. And now, if ever, sauna is our rescuer. So we enter into the sauna like bear enters its winter nest. We rest, we recover, and again we are ready for the next day of this core winter. Cold, harsh winter. And sauna has, and sauna will always be the central point of all this, how would I say, bringing this, accepting, harmonizing, aligning yourself with the season going on. And yeah, we enter into the sauna like the bear enters into its nest, and let's rest and recover in the heat and warmth and moist of the sauna.